This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So we are given integer n as input and we have to find all possible odd integers that can be formed using the digits of the integer n. So here the integer n is 147 and the odd integers that can be formed using the digits 1, 4 and 7 are 147, 417, 741 and 471. So these are all the odd integers that can be formed using the digits 1, 4 and 7. To solve this problem, we have to find all possible permutation of this integer n, and whenever a permutation is odd, then we have to store it separately. So these are all the permutations of the integer n, and out of these 6 integers, only 4 integers are odd. So we are printing it as our output. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating a new integer array named arr and integer k and setting its value initially to 0. So here we are declaring these variables outside the functions, because if we declare outside the functions, we can use these variables anywhere. So we can use them inside the main function, and also we can use these variables within the user defined functions. So we are declaring the two variables outside the functions. Now let us start with our main function. So here I am accepting the input in a string format and storing it into the character array n, and then I am creating a new integer variable named len and I am storing the string length of n in it. And now we have to find all possible permutations of the character array n. So to do that, we are using this function permute, and this is a user defined function. So here I have defined it. So this function permute accepts the character array and then the integer L and R. So the integer L is the starting and the integer R is the ending index. So if the value of L is equal to R, then a new permutation would be found. So whenever a new permutation is found, we have to check whether it is odd or not. So to convert a character array into integer, we are making use of this function attoy. So if attoy of n mod 2 is not equal to 0, then we are adding the odd permutation into this array arr. So this happens whenever the value of L is equal to R, and if L is not equal to R, then we would perform this operation. So there is another function which we have used. So swap. This function accepts two characters in its arguments and exchange their values. So we are storing the character x in temp, and then we are replacing the character x with y, and then we are replacing y with temp. So the character x and y will be interchanged. So these are the two functions which we will be using to find all possible permutations. So let us go back to our main function. So here, after the execution of this statement, all possible permutations of the character array n would have been found, and the valid permutations would be stored in the integer array arr. It is given in the question that the odd permutations must be printed in ascending order. So we are sorting this array arr. So here I am performing bubble sort technique. So in the I loop I am iterating from 0 to k minus 1, since k is the length of the array arr, and the j loop iterates from 0 to k minus I minus 1, and in every iteration, if arr of j is greater than arr of j plus 1, then we will be swapping arr of j and arr of j plus 1. So after the execution of this nested for loop, the array arr would be sorted, and it is also given in the question that the duplicate must be avoided. So to avoid printing the duplicate elements, first I am creating a new integer variable named prev, and then I am storing the first integer of the array arr in it, and then I am printing the first integer. Now we will be starting our loop from 1 and iterating till k, and whenever the array value at the current index of I is not equal to previous, we will be printing the integer present in the array, and we will replace the previous with arr of I. So we will avoid printing the duplicate elements. Since we have performed sorting operations, if there is a duplicate element present in the array arr, they will be present nearby. So when we do like this, we will be printing all unique elements. Now let us check our program with sample test cases. So now I have given the sample input 1 and our expected output is here. So we are also getting the 4 integers as our output. And now I have given the sample input 2 and here is our expected output. So we are also getting all these integers. So this is the logic behind today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.